Hey everybody, Cornfed Lady here, and today is a beautiful day, and we just hit 1,000 subscribers. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to take you around our homestead and show you what we've got going on. So come on, let's go. And first up is our rabbits. Now we do keep two separate trios of breeders in here. So we've got a male with two females on that side and a male with two females on this side. And currently all four of our females have babies. And they had their babies about a month ago. So they're around 4 weeks old. I think the last time I showed these little guys to you, they were still half bald with their eyes closed. That one's the runt. And you can see they're getting quite a bit bigger and more active, running around. They're drinking out of the water bowl. They're eating hay. They're eating a little bit of rabbit feed, and you can see they're becoming more social. That's good, baby. Let's take a look at Midnight's babies. Oh, she's got hers hidden in the box. You're getting pretty big for that box, aren't you? Now we are going to be moving these babies out later this week or next weekend, so they've only got about 5 to 10 more days in here, and then they'll be outside in the grow out tractors that we move across the lawn. So if you've watched us do this last year, you know what I'm talking about, and if not, you can go back and watch this video right here. Babies. And over here we have two more females who also have a bunch of babies running around. Looks like these ones are sleeping. And these ones are a little more active right now. Hi, hey Pinky. Hey guys, what you doing? Yeah, I got a band-aid. I cut my finger earlier doing some work. Careful, don't fall out. That's good babies. That's good babies. These guys are super adorable. I could literally just watch them all day and be perfectly content. But you can see how much bigger they're getting. Hi. What you doing? You getting a drink of water? That's good, baby. Yeah, pretty soon you'll be going outside. And then your mom can have her space back to herself again. The moms are weaning the babies on their own already. When the babies try to go under the mom to latch on, the mom will jump away, not allowing them to. So we know that they're already weaned or mostly weaned. And that's why we like to wait until they're 5 weeks old, just to make sure that they're all the way weaned. See, here's one trying to feed on her now, and she's jumping away. All right. She's telling you to go eat some food and drink some water and leave her alone. Yeah, you can tell once the moms are wanting to wean the babies because they'll jump away from the kits when they try to nurse. And you'll notice the babies stop trying. And they'll start eating hay and pellet feed. Looks like you guys could use a little dusting in your pellet feed bowl. And they're drinking water. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can find the side yard flock. Oh, they're over there taking a dust bath in the sun. Now this is some of the hens in our side yard flock. Right now we only have 6 hens in here. 2 of them are laying eggs right now. We used to have 9 hens in here, but 3 of them couldn't make it in here. One of them I've already mentioned before, which is Blondie Chicken. She's one of the golden girls now. She got kicked out of that flock. And another chicken over there, Opal, was getting too old to be with these rowdies. So she's over there with Blondie. And the third chicken that we had to pull out of there is Fancy Feet, because she got attacked by our rooster, Mimu. So we've also had to pull Mimu out of the flock. because Mimu has been attacking the girls, Mimu, and he's been grabbing them by the back of their comb and ripping it off of the top of their head. As you can see here, hopefully you can see, on Fancy Feet. So the comb has been ripped up off of the back of the head. You can see the scabs starting to form in there where the comb used to be attached. And she is the 4th hen that this rooster has done that to. So he's not going back in that flock. We haven't yet decided on what we're gonna do with him, but yeah. But he's definitely not gonna go back in the side yard flock because this is the 4th hen that he's ripped the comb up off of. Yeah. All right. Now, if you're new to our homestead, you may not know that in the summer we do raise pigs for meat. Almost all the animals that we raise here on our homestead are for meat or egg production. So this is part of our pig pen. And you can see this is the watering station and the feed bowl, and there's a shelter in the back. And we also put some water in here so that they can turn that into a wallow. There's shade from this oak tree. So this is where the pigs will start off. And this year we're getting 4 of them, and they're gonna be Berkshire pigs. Now, once they've kind of beat this area down, which has just recently been reseeded, so it should be grown soon, then we'll open up these paddocks in the back, and they'll have more and more, progressively more and more space to roam as they get bigger and older. So we've already put in our order to the pig farmer, and he said that they should be here sometime this month. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got going on for our gardens this year. Now, last year, if you were following along, you may remember that our garden area was right here, our main garden area. There was a small patch of corn on the side too, and a row of potatoes on this side. Now, if you watched our recent mowing video, then you would have seen my husband using the brush mower to knock all this down from last year. And we've moved our potato bed, which used to run along the side of the old garden here. We've moved it this year to right here. So we like to rotate our crops around just to make sure that the pests and diseases don't settle into the ground from the same thing being in there every year, year after year. So we like to move different crops around. We had potatoes there last year. They're going to be here this year. This little patch of hay or straw behind that is where our corn patch used to be last year. But this year, we plan on running our garden behind this potato bed where that straw is laying around, all the way up along the side of this greenhouse and all the way over to where the edge of the garden used to be last year. So this part is going to be grown back into lawn, and our garden is going to be more long and narrow instead of more of a square rectangle like this was. Now, my husband has started a couple of pepper seeds in the greenhouse, but it's been kind of cold on and off, so I'm not sure if they sprouted yet. Let's go take a look and see. I hear them turkeys back there. So this is our greenhouse. We don't have a whole lot going on in here right now. A little bit of storage, some materials, but this is the tray of peppers that my husband has started. Take a peek. I don't see anything yet, but he just started these a few days ago, and peppers sometimes will take a couple weeks, especially in the colder weather that we've been seeing here. Some nights we've been dropping down around 28, 29 degrees. I'd say it's probably about 90 in here right now, even though it's about 45 degrees outside. I hear you, Turks. All right, next thing I'd like to share with you is our turkeys, and they're already telling you all about it. Huh, Tommy Tom? We do have 5 blues. We have 5 blues. Tommy, I'm talking. We have 5 blue. We do keep 5 blue slate turkeys. They're a rare heritage breed, and they're absolutely beautiful. And we are planning on incubating some to grow out, again, for meat. So Thanksgiving dinners, fancy meals. Hey, Tommy boy, go for a walk? And we've built this kind of high tunnel for them to be able to fly through. They do roost up on these crossbars sometimes. I don't know if they'll do that right now. They have yet to do that on camera. Huh? Go for a walk? Huh? Well, I guess they're not going to fly for us today. I have yet to catch that on camera, but sometimes they just take off in flight down the whole length of this tunnel. It's amazing to watch something that big fly with such ease. Huh, Tommy Tom? And this tunnel is 150 feet long. Tommy! Tom! Tom! You are a chatterbox, aren't you? I don't know if you caught that, but this tunnel is 150 feet long, and these cross beams are up about 8 feet high, so I can't even reach them standing here. I'm nowhere near. So, they've got plenty of room in here to run and fly and do turkey stuff. All right. Right behind our turkeys, we've got some chickens. Now these chickens back here were actually the first animal, or animals, on our homestead. So Mr. Frankie's back in there in the shade. I don't know if you can see him. And he's got a barred rock back there with him. There's a couple more on the other side of this little fence piece. And a Buff Orpington. He's actually got 8 girls in there with him, but they're all kind of hiding right now because it's midday and they like to hide midday. Oh, there's Fluffy Stuff. She's hiding in under the pallet A-frame. Looks like a couple more out here taking a sun bath. If you've never seen a chicken take a sun bath before, it's kind of scary. Looks like they're injured or dying or something like that. You okay in there, BB? That's just how they do. They lay down on their side, kind of stretch their legs out, take a little sun bath. That's good, girls. There's another one under the picnic table. So all in all, we have 9 in this backyard flock, and they're all Buff Orpingtons and Barred Rocks. And they live in the barn here. And while I'm back here, I wanted to show you our orchard. I haven't spent much time talking about our fruit tree orchard, but we do have some fruit trees growing in, what was that? But we do have some fruit trees growing kind of in a loosely double row here. So this one here is an apple. I don't remember if it's a red delicious or a yellow delicious or golden. This one here is a cherry. And it says it's a Stella cherry. And you can see it's already got some blossoms on it. That's where the fruit would grow. And over in this other row, we have an apricot. Moore Park. And if you look real closely, you can see it is starting to bud out. It's starting to grow. There's a little greenage in there. So, it's working on it. And the next one up here is a flowering cherry. Let's see if we can find the label. A cherry dwarf flowering, it says. And it already has lots of little flower blossoms all over it. either opened or getting ready to open. Now, we do have 2 of these, and they're mostly just for the birds to feed on. And this next one is another apple. And this one, I believe, is the Red Delicious. And you can see it's getting ready to flower. You can see the little pink bud right there. And this one back behind the bench is a peach tree. And it is a dwarf Alberta. It's doing really nice. I don't see any blossoms yet, but it looks really healthy. The next one over here, I believe this is the Fuji apple. Yeah. And it's leafing out pretty good. No blossoms yet, but it's looking nice. Now, each of these trees is only a couple years old. Some of them are 2, some of them are 3. None of them have produced fruit yet, except for maybe some of these little flowering ones for the birds. So that one's doing nice. We had another one here that was an apricot, and before we put in this fencing, a rabbit or something came through and chewed it apart. So it's gone. The next one here is another peach. This one's another dwarf Alberta. No blossoms yet again, but lots of green leaves. And the last one on the end here is a cherry. But I don't remember the variety, and the tag's missing. So I know we ordered 1 tart and 1 sweet cherry. So that's whatever the one on the other end isn't. All right, let's head on around and show you the last couple of chickens. And then I've got 1 or 2 more projects to share with you. So the 3 chickens in here are our retirement hens, the ones we call the Golden Girls. And that is Phoenix, who was the sole survivor of a farm fire nearby. Blondie, who was kicked out of the side yard flock. And Opal, who's just kind of getting old and slow. So this is our retirement flock, the Golden Girls. And we're hopeful that we can move them to their new home with 1 more new friend, which I'll show you up front, that we've been working on. So this is the new coop that we've been building for our Golden Girls retirement flock. And as you can see, my husband's kind of got most of it done, it looks like. I'll still have to paint it, and maybe still need some latches and whatnot. But we've got this one end open so that it'll be an easy clean out. And the other one is more of a human door, so we can go in there, get eggs, do feed, water, whatnot. This coop does come with kind of a little hideaway underneath. Hi! And that also doubles as a hideaway. And this last little chicken here is little Angel. She came to us from the neighbor's house, which is right over there. And her flock was picking on her really bad. That's why she has a bald head and a bald neck and missing some feathers on her back and tail. So we said we'd just take her over here, try her out with the Golden Girls, because most of them have also been picked on and are healing. So we plan on moving Blondie, Phoenix, and Opal in here with Angel pretty soon. But we just need to finish putting in roosts and feed her water, run a extension cord with some lights and whatnot. But their yard is already fenced in. As you can see here, it's got a hard metal wire fencing on this side, and it's got wooden pallet makeshift fencing on the other side. I'm telling you guys, these wooden pallets are priceless. Literally, they're free. There's a lot of different places that'll just set them out on the curb and say, take for free. And they're really useful building materials. Each of these pallets has solid 2x4s in it, along with the platting. So they make for really sound structural pieces of material. And you can see we've even used them as part of the floor structure of this chicken house. And most of the other chicken houses, and even the addition on this rabbit shed, were made out of simply just pallets with some of these flat boards on the outside and tin roofs. So pretty soon we'll be bringing the golden girls over in here with Angel, and that'll free up the hoop coop that the golden girls are in right now, so that we can put the baby turkeys in there once we get them incubated and they're ready to move from the brooder. All right, one last thing I wanted to share with you guys is our berry area where we keep all of our berry bushes. And it's been growing a little bit out of control these last couple of years. Now this berry has been here for 3 or 4 years now. And the grass in between the beds has been growing in more than we care to try to deal with. So our solution here, let's wait for this truck to go by first, rush hour. So our solution here is to use this cloth, ground cloth cover, and we mowed and trimmed everything down all the way to the dirt as low as we could get it. And we've run these strips of ground cloth and then put the bricks back on top. Now this is one row, of course it's only about halfway done, and then we've got 2 more rows. So we'll pull all these bricks up and move them aside and lay the ground cloth down and then put the bricks back on top like we've started doing on this first edge over here. So this is our first walkway, and then here is the first bed. It only has one side to it right now. And then we're gonna run some more cloth, moving these bricks out of the way, and then pin that down with some more bricks, and so on and so forth. So that when we get this done, everything in the footpaths will be covered with this ground cloth, and then in the beds themselves, we'll just put down a little bit of like mulch. Pine needle mulch works really well, depending on the plants. So I have to give you guys an update once we get this all done and settled in and these berry bushes start growing again. We've got raspberries, blackberries. There were some strawberries in there, but I think they died out. A couple cranberries, blueberries, and currants. And there's grapes in the back and some asparagus. Oh, I need to check the asparagus for sprouts. And just for fun, check out how beautiful these red buds are with all the pink blossoms. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's take a peek at that asparagus. This is the currant row right here. And then this is the blueberry section. And right behind that's the blackberries. You can see they're already coming back. And right here is our asparagus patch. I don't really see anything going on right here. You can see where the old dead stalks are. But I don't see any new sprouts coming through yet. So I have to keep an eye on that. Well, I think that about does it for today's tour. Thanks for following along. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, and if you're not yet subscribed, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Y'all have a good one. Thanks. Bye. Know you've been a good friend.